Congratulations on taking a step to get motivated. The young lady you will hear from overcame many obstacles and challenges just by believing and working hard at everything she does. Come along as she begins to unfold how she became who she is today. This is her first of many CDs to come. This is entitled, You Can. Enjoy the journey. Thomas Edison once said, "If we did all the things we are capable of, we would astound ourselves." I find that not only interesting, but also true. Hello, my name is Nina Thomas Pendleton. This is my first motivational CD. God has placed the gift of motivating others upon my heart, and it is my duty to share what God has given me. This is my first of many CDs to come, and I will share with you how I have come to realize that we can do more than our minds can think. I intend to reveal if we first believe in ourselves, which comes from trusting in God and working hard at what we want, we can conquer anything. I have learned through many life experiences that we are capable of greatness. We are capable of achieving success. We are capable of making the one life we have to live the best life we have to live. I would like to begin with a little background about my childhood and formative years. In my background alone, you will get to see that we can do anything our hearts and minds desire. I was born the 9th child to a blended family of Audrey and Freeman Pendleton. I was born as what society considers not a normal child. I was born with a condition called club hands. This meant my thumbs did not have bones in them. My parents found this abnormal because none of their other children had this condition. Shortly after birth, my parents met with my doctor and agreed to a surgery, removing the meat that was considered my thumbs and move all my fingers over one place, resulting in my arms not developing properly. I have 4 fingers, and yes, my arms and hands look different than most. Let me say early on, this has been one of the biggest blessings God could have given me. As I continue, you too will see. Before the surgeries, the doctors and nurses told my mom that they did not think I would be any good after so many surgeries. After years of being in and out of the hospital and undergoing a total of 6 surgeries, I came out just fine. Although arm braces were recommended for me to wear daily, I was more interested in playing, and I did not wear the braces on either hand often. No one in my family, and a big one I might add, treated me any different than they treated each other. Therefore, I did not wear the arm braces. Instead, I chose to play and learn to use my hands just the way they were. By the time I reached 1st grade, it was time for me to attend public school on the south side of Chicago. When my parents took me to school, my hands were instantly noticed and became a concern for the school board at the school I was attending at that time. The school's officials conducted a meeting with my parents to request that they put me in a school for special children. I don't mean special in the sense of gifted, but special in the sense of needing special help and attention. My schoolwork was not in question. It was merely what they saw on the outside. Thank God for parents with strength. My parents had raised me for 6 years, and they knew I was capable of learning just like any other normal child. As you see, I emphasize normal, because society's definition of normal just does not sit well with me. No 2 people are the same. So who is to define what normal looks or sound like? That's another subject for another day. My parents fought for me to attend public school, instead of just agreeing to place me in a school for special or needy children. At home, they saw me interact with children and adults well. They saw me thriving, learning to read, write, and play. They allowed me to go through all the exams and tests the school board required, proving that I was as normal as needed to attend a public school. At that time, I didn't know what was going on. However, now that I have degrees in social work, I go back and remember the 2-way mirror they used to watch and examine me. I even remember the play therapy room they used to examine me. Now I just sit back and think, wow, look how far I've come. I passed every exam they threw my way. Not only did I pass the exams, but I was at the appropriate grade level to continue my studies at a public school. My parents always told me that they wanted me to have the same opportunities that everyone else had. From there, my journey of knowing my capabilities and knowing that I can do more than any eyes can see began. Although my parents knew I belonged in a school with children that were learning at a regular pace, they also knew I would endure some heartache and pain due to my disability. Many people hate when I say I have a disability, but I do have a disability. However, I do not disable myself of doing anything needed or desired. In grade school, I hid my arms quite often until around 6th grade because other children would stare and call me cruel names such as Four Finger Nina. I experienced emotions and feelings just like everyone else, so this hit hard. I would go home and talk to my oldest sister. My oldest sister sat me down one day and said, "Baby, people talk about you to hide whatever is wrong with them. No one is perfect. There is something wrong with us all. Some is just more visible than others." After hearing these words, I went to school and for a whole week I examined those children who talked about me most. Yes, almost all the children would laugh, but only a few would actually call me names. I began to notice that one child in particular could not physically see straight. I thought to myself, he wants the attention off of himself and onto me. One day, I looked at him and said, "Look at your eyes." After that, I was not referred to as Four Finger Nina again. By him, that is. Being only in the 5th grade at that time, I realized that although some people have unseen issues, there is something different about us all. I endured another concern that followed me from 4th grade till 6th grade. A young lady whom I will refer to as the grammar school bully. Every school has them. What's funny is that our school bully was so petite, you would think that she was the one being bullied. Again, I say sometimes people do things to hide the issues they have within. This particular school bully just knew she could beat me up. She picked with me for 3 years before I stood up to her. I was not raised as a violent child. Therefore, I did not desire to fight. However, around 6th grade, I was taking martial arts and decided I will not be picked on anymore. One day, we had a substitute teacher, and I assured myself she had pushed me for the last time. Well, all it took was one swing for her to leave me completely alone. The substitute teacher took us into a room, and I verbalized how tired I was of getting picked on by her. I do believe that was the last time she ever bothered me again. Later in high school, the same young lady came to me and admitted that she only picked with me because of my hands. This taught me, yes, we will be judged by others, but we cannot allow that to stand in our way of manifesting those things that God has placed within. Again, no one is perfect. It is our difference that make us so unique. Realizing no one is perfect gave me more confidence in myself. This alone gave me confidence to begin exploring things that I like, things that make me happy. I even began to desire to participate in some school activities. In grade school, there was not many to choose from, and cheerleading seemed to be the one that caught my attention first. I was unsure of trying out for the cheerleading team, so I decided to help with the junior cheerleading squad, which we called the Pee Wee team at my school. I enjoyed this very much, and I told myself this would prepare me for cheerleading in high school. I never hung out with a lot of children in my class, but when I got home from school, I loved to play and hang out with friends who lived near me. I developed friendships and enjoyed playing with others. During this time in my life, I also began to develop a spiritual relationship with God. I joined my church at the age of 9. I was the first in my family to take this step and join what seemed to become our family church, meaning many members in my family joined and remained members. I was the first, then my mother, then my father, and then my extended family. Even some friends came along. I was attracted to this church, in particular because they had a nice group of children there. They even had a children's choir. I did not even know that I could sing until I joined the children's choir. Unlike the children at school, these children were not as mean and nasty to me. They quickly became my friends. Yes, all the children had questions, and those who meet me today have questions, but once answered, I was treated fairly. Progressing on with my life, next was high school. Prior to beginning high school, no one knows this, but I actually considered asking my parents to homeschool me. I thought, if elementary school was rough with being accepted, how would I handle high school? I knew it was bigger, more students, more racially diverse, and honestly, I did not know if I could handle it or if I was prepared. Before the first day of school, I decided I would just hide my hands again until I get the feel of things. By this time, fortunately, I was not good at hiding anymore. I had grown past that stage, and it was not easy to go backwards. Therefore, I decided to just be me. We were in our teenage years, so yes, children stared and questioned, but it was not as bad as I thought. Actually, I began to take interest in things I thought I never would. I even decided to take Junior Officer Reserve Training Corps instead of gym. I did this because I wanted to challenge myself. I also wanted to get some training since I knew the Army was completely out of my future. Being in JROTC was well worth it. I learned to use my hands in ways I never thought I could. I joined the color guard team, the rifle team, and I even became captain rank S5, one of the top ranks my senior year. I learned to salute, polish my shoes, wear my uniform properly, stand in position, and even develop different relationships in an orderly manner. My teachers were Sergeant Calhoun and Sergeant Garman. They taught us well. I would march in parades and competition and even won military ball court 3 years in a row. This was an enjoyable season in my life. Although I accomplished many goals in high school and joined many choirs and organizations, one of my most honorable achievements was making the varsity cheerleading team at the end of my freshman year. This was a great achievement because I knew many of the students in the school did not think I would make it. In fact, many students from my elementary school said that I would not make it. Funny thing is, I was the only student from my elementary school to make the team at that time. Throughout tryouts, I knew this was going to be a challenge. The Morgan Park cheerleaders were city champs at that time. I knew this was going to be hard and even had some doubts. However, I had more self-assurance because I was told I could not or would not make it. I knew people were expecting me to fail. Therefore, I gave it my all. I put my all into the practices, and when the day of tryouts came, I gave 150% of myself, and it paid off. I was not asked to be an alternate. No, I made the team. I was so excited that I gave myself a migraine. I actually did it. I put my mind to something that I knew I was capable of achieving, and I did it. At that time, my state of mind was to show others they cannot tell me what I cannot do. This opportunity helped me grow in self-confidence. It showed me if I try hard enough, I can accomplish any goal. I knew I can. At this point, I began to become unstoppable. The challenges within my first 16 years taught me so much. I could not do anything but continue to grow. I had challenges and obstacles along the way, but like the saying goes, what doesn't kill you only make you stronger. I became very active in high school and took the same energy along with me to the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. There, I began to realize that I loved talking and helping people. I did not know it was going to lead me to where I am today, but I am thankful it did. I tried computer science, but my heart was not in it. I tried being an English major. Again, my heart disagreed. It was not until I began working in homes, watching children with cerebral palsy, that I understood I wanted to become what I call a helper. I went to the Career Center, and there I discovered my heart wanted to follow the road of social service. I went on to receive my Bachelor's of Science in Human Development and Family Studies, and I received a minor in African American Studies. I participated in as many activities as possible. I was the first to graduate with a bachelor's degree in my immediate family and from my mother's side of the family. This was an honor to my parents and my family, but most importantly, to me. Since then, I have went on to work at some of the best social service agencies in Chicago. I have worked as a preschool and Head Start teacher, worked in foster care, worked in the service connecting programs to low-income housing residents, worked as a mental health case manager, a grief counselor for children, and even worked with children affected by the HIV virus. I spread my wings in any way that I believe I can make a positive difference in the lives of others. I am so passionate about helping others that I created my own social service agency. God has blessed me with a vision and is blessing me with all the resources I need to make it a success. Touch Incorporated is on its way to Chicago and maybe in the future to a city near you. I know I am capable of reaching extraordinary heights. I know I can do anything I desire. I can't is not a part of my mental dictionary. I also know there are things I have not even begun that I will do in life. Just by making this CD, I am stepping out on faith and showing myself and the world that I am capable of doing anything my heart desires. I know I will get better at speaking, better at writing, and even better at connecting to those who need my assistance. We were all placed on earth for a reason, yet we think we are incapable of achieving greatness. It is quite the opposite. We can do things we have not even dreamed. We are capable of achieving greatness beyond what our eyes can see, beyond what our ears are capable of hearing, beyond what our minds are capable of believing, beyond what we may think at this moment. Take some time and close your eyes and just dream. What is it that you want out of life? Where do you see yourself in life? What gifts do you have that, if manifested, would put a smile on your face and joy in your heart? Where do you want to go? What parts of the world do you want to see? Question yourself. After you answer your questions, begin to write your vision. I often hear a mentor of mine mention that a dream not written down is just a wish. Even the greatest book ever written said, "Write the vision, make it plain, for at an appointed time it will come." Have faith in yourself. Believe you can achieve. That same good book called the Holy Bible also said faith without works is dead. Do not stop at writing it down and believing, but work to see the manifestation come to light. If I did not go to college, I would not have been prepared to open my own social service agency. I went on to Loyola University to receive my master's degree in social work. I want to be the best and have the best, so I had to grow and learn, and I would not stop there. I know motivational speaking is in my heart, so I'm stepping out on faith, and in that I bring you this gift. I know I am good with youth, so I returned to my previous elementary school to help coach their varsity cheerleading squad. I love God, so I work diligently in my church home. I love helping others, so I joined Zija, a company that has what I believe to be the best nutritional product in the world. I love looking beautiful, so I joined Mary Kay Cosmetics. I love candles, so I joined Party Light. I also joined these groups because I love being around people. I would not allow any gift to go unused because I know I could do anything my heart desires. Get that hope and faith within you. Build yourself up in a positive way. Tell yourself daily what you can do and remove the words, "I can't." Why can't you? Who told you that you can't? The only person that can really stand in your way of success is you. I listen daily to several motivational speakers and trainers that deposit positive thoughts and change of mindset into my life. I listen as Brian Bean tells me not to listen to the people who say I can't, because when you look at their situation, they have not. I listen to Tony Fleming as he says daily, you have to have thick skin to succeed. I listen to Talia Stovall as she says, you have to pump up your way to success. I listen to my good friend Demita Hill, who reminds me that God's word says that he is my shepherd and I shall not want. I also listen to Les Brown as he continuously reminds me that I have greatness within me. One quote I listen to him say daily as I am driving in my car is, "If there is no enemy within, the enemy on the outside can do us no harm." Let that manifest within your brain. Release that enemy within and go for all you are capable of accomplishing. Someone wants a boutique. Go for it. Someone wants a business. Go for it. Someone wants to be a doctor. Go for it. Someone wants to be a lawyer. Go for it. Those professions do still exist, if you know what I mean. Someone wants to be the best hairstylist in the world. Go for it. Someone wants to fly a plane. Go for it. My point is, go for whatever your heart desires. Do not allow society to make you feel like you are too young or too old to accomplish any goal set before you. How do you think many millionaires became millionaires? No, everyone did not wake up with a silver spoon in their mouth. Some just work hard at shaping the spoon they wanted for themselves. You have to begin to reach a goal. You have to bring it into your mind, then onto paper, then work until it comes to pass. It may take years, months, or days, but if you do not tarry, it will come. Do not worry about what others say about you. If I worried about what others said, I would have attended a school that was for needy children. I would have stayed to myself, and you would not have received this gift God is using me to give you. There is power in your words, so begin to speak positive about your life. Begin to tell yourself daily that you can and that you are capable of doing whatever you want, and you're capable of obtaining the best life has to offer. Why settle for less when you can have the best? You are capable. Now search within and find out what you're capable of doing. For me, I am capable of being a motivational speaker, a youth advocate, and leader. I am capable of being a CEO, an author, a coach, and a counselor. Now, what are your capabilities? Remember, it all begins within. I would like to take this time to thank first and foremost God for giving me this vision, for giving me the words to speak to you, and I hope something was said that would change your life, your mindset, and your capabilities. Remember, we are capable of doing anything if we just believe in ourselves and strive to achieve. I would also like to thank my parents for believing in me, for having faith in me, and for funding this project. I would like to thank my good friend Demita Hill for being my editor. I would like to thank 40 Hertz Production and Trademark for being the producer of this project. I would also like to thank my sister, Tasha Lewis, for standing beside me as I do this project. And most importantly, I would like to also thank each of you for taking this time out to hear what I have to say. If you would like to contact me, I can be reached via email at ninamotivates@gmail.com. That is NINAMOTIV as in Victor, ATES@gmail.com, or via phone at 773-251-1719. Be blessed until next time.